And so learning, for example, one at a time, whether you learn two similar languages or two languages from the same group, like say, for example, Swedish and German, or the examples here I've got is Italian and Spanish, or do you do one and then the other? How have you found this?
I think Dutch and Afrikaans.
Well, there was one point when I was learning Dutch, Afrikaans and German simultaneously, and the advantage of that is that's kind of like a buy one get three language with some vocab, you know, like for example for Ursachen and for Ursache, for Ursache, and that was quite nice to kind of see those patterns forming. Also, learning it simultaneously, I think, helps to reinforce the differences.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, because that meant that I was very conscious these are three different languages with different grammars, different pronunciation, and everything. On the other side, what happened to me with French and Spanish is that I studied French from a very young age, about 2 or 3 actually, was when I first started speaking French, right the way through to the exam you do in the UK, the GCSE, which I took a year early. And then the year after that, I started studying Spanish, and what I found was that my French converted into Spanish. So that was a disaster.
Yeah, I mean that definitely does happen. It happened to me when I was first studying Polish after having studied Czech. That the languages are quite close, and it was very difficult for me to speak Czech whilst I was in Poland. They kind of came, they became two separate languages again, and but it's difficult when you're speaking one a lot and then the other one's quite similar to flip between the two.
Exactly.
What I'd say is to learn two at the same time that are similar. It's something you try, and if you notice it's an issue, just hold back on one and carry on with the other and concentrate on it. It's not the end of the world. You can always go back.
And maybe don't start them both at the same time, right? Maybe be slightly further ahead in one.
Yeah, that can help.
And then start the other, so that you're clear about what the differences are.
And I know people at university that did. They did 2 languages at the same time. I started, for example, Portuguese and Italian at the same time, and for me it was fine because they're quite different in sound in terms of how the languages sound very different. So I think that helped. But I know other people that just they found it too difficult to keep them apart. They did, let's say, maybe Italian and Spanish from scratch or something, or another combination, and they just ended up giving up one of the languages. Yeah.